Hey, what's up YouTube? Finally back with another guide for you all. Feels like it's been ages since the Tanics guide, but I'm back and here to show you once again how to low man. This time, 2-manning Atheon in the Vault of Glass. So here we go. As always, I'll show you what gear you're going to need to beat this boss first. For classes, I found that running a Titan and Warlock is the best way to make it as easy as possible. Surprise, surprise, as a Warlock, you're going to run a Well of Radiance, but with Fusion Nades. And for the Titan, you've got two choices. Either Thunder Crash or Middle Tree Sunbreaker. I'd recommend using the Solar subclass with Fusion Nades to put out the best possible damage, but using Thunder Crash and Pulse Nades is a bit simpler to do for boss damage. Starting with the Titan, this is what I've used for my clears and has worked pretty well. Succession, I kill this SMG in Anarchy. Obviously, if you're using Thunder Crash, then pair it with Curse of the Falling Star. And if you decide to use the Solar subclass, then throw on Heart of Inmost Light. When we get to the damage part of the video, I'll show you why. Mods aren't too important for this one, but are obviously very helpful in making it a bit easier. The most notable one for the season of the Splicer is to use Breach and Clear to have a free 30% debuff, and as the Titan, you can apply it super easily with Anarchy. I have some Warmind Cell mods on as well as a way to get Charged with Light for protective, but that's really it for the Titan. For the Warlock, I'd recommend using a Scout or a Hand Cannon paired with Ariana's Vow and a Rocket Launcher. A lot of your damage will come from fusion spam as well, but if you have a good rolled rocket to pair with it while waiting for the fusion to come back, you can put out a lot of damage, which will help make it a more consistent 3-phase and potentially even a 2-phase if you do everything right. For the Warlock mods, grab some Vogue armor and put on 2 of the Precise Oracle Disruptor mods. They're the Void ones. This will allow you to one-shot all of the oracles with Ariana's, which makes it so much faster. It's ridiculous. There are a couple ways to avoid getting teleported, but as of the making of this video, the best way is to time a finisher on a Harpy so that you immediately return upon being teleported. To do this, clear out a decent amount of Harpies and Supplicants if there are any left from a previous damage phase, and then prep a Harpy to finish. I would typically always get one of the 2 strong Harpies, the like orange or yellow bar ones that come to each of the portals. Be sure not to kill them accidentally though, with something like a Warmind Cell, because one of those blowing up might kill everything in the room. If needed though, there are a group of red bar Harpies that tend to sit on the sides of Atheon, although it can be a bit dangerous to do a finisher there. Anyway, with that Harpy prepped, you now have to wait till Atheon begins to open the time stream and summons his Supplicants. As your screen is turning white, do your finisher. If timed correctly, you'll appear back in the main room. I suggest having the Titan do this role because it is easier to survive in the portal with a Well, Healing Rift, Healing Nade, etc. compared to just a Titan shield. After doing this, immediately go to open the portal for either Mars or Venus, depending on which side you were teleported to initially. Your teammate can also call this out for you. By the way, I know it's not Mars or Venus, they're both Venus, but we've been calling it that way for 7 years now, so I'm just gonna stick with it. So, while opening the portal, you also need to make callouts for the person inside as well. You need to get them as soon as possible because you are still marked from the void, which means your screen is slowly being consumed in darkness. Far right from mid, I'll double check.
Far right from mid?
Yeah,
I got heavy.
Far right from mid. Once you've made the callouts and open the portal, wait for your teammate inside to let you know when they can cleanse, and then when they're good to go, run in and then run immediately out. If you linger for too long, you'll wipe due to being lost to the void as a result of no one being in the main room. You have about 2 or 3 seconds, I'd say more like 2 seconds to get in and out, so be quick. If the cleanse didn't work, then after the next set of oracles, do the same thing as before. Anyway, run out of the portal and then look to get the callouts for the second oracles. Do the calls one more time and then get ready for damage. If you're on Thundercrest, then you don't need to do this part, but for burning Maul, you need to get the roaring flame stacks for damage, and you want to have ×3 before times vengeance activates. So what I do, depending on when I get cleanse, I'll just pop my super and clear out all of the enemies around. Usually there's going to be a bunch of supplicants just chilling. Alright, now for the other role. As the Warlock, you get to just kind of chill for the first bit. Just help by clearing out some of the ads like before in the main room, and throw your teammate a healing nade if they need it. Once you get teleported, your job is to juggle the relic while clearing the oracles. So as you get teleported, grab the relic, kill the first group of ads, and then move to the portal and destroy the oracles in the correct order. Immediately after destroying the last oracle, pick up the relic and then cleanse your teammate. Just be sure to call out when they can come in, because you won't be able to cleanse immediately after picking up the relic. Make sure when you do your cleanse that it does overlap with the portal as well. By overlapping the area of the cleanse with the portal, your teammate will be able to leave without getting marked by the void again. After the cleanse, clear some ads and then destroy the oracles. This is also usually when I'll plant my Wallace as well. Do that once more and then you'll have activated times vengeance, which is the beginning of damage phase. And be sure to call out to your teammate when you destroy the last one, or are about to, so that they can kind of prep for damage.
3, 2, 1, damage.
Now where you do damage is up to you, but I would recommend being on the stairs of either left or right, depending on which side you were teleported to at the beginning. Warlock, your job is pretty simple. Plant well, spam fusion nades and rockets, and then juggle the relic so you guys don't die. The relic can be on the ground for quite some time, but make sure you hold it for a decent bit before dropping it again. Otherwise the internal timer will not refresh and you'll end up wiping. For anyone who's done Argos before as a low man, you'll kind of know the same thing, because the timer is very similar to the craniums, where you have to hold them for a little bit. For the Titan, pop your barricade to activate the Heart of Inmost light buff, and then just spam fusion nades and make sure you have anarchy on him at all times. Pretty easy, right? Well, it can get even easier actually. At 17 seconds left in the times vengeance buff, Atheon will do his detain of one of you after putting up his hand to shoot out the nade thingy. So as long as one of you interrupts the animation by getting into his stomp range, he won't even do the attack. This means you can just keep damaging without even worrying about the detain. If for whatever reason you do get detained though, just use the relic to break the other person out. Damage isn't much of an issue, so having one phase not be that great isn't really that bad. You should still easily be able to 4 phase with one damage phase being not great. I've done the block as a Titan before, but I honestly think doing it as the Warlock with the relic is probably a bit safer, because your Titan's kind of the main damage dealer anyway, and you don't really want them dying during damage just in case. So I would recommend the Warlock do it with the relic, but obviously both of you can do it. After the damage phase, just move to the back of the room and start clearing out your sides again. This is a big reminder. Do not kill everything. You still need to do your finisher, so be extremely careful about just blowing up a Warmind cell with global reach. So kill the supplicants, prep another heartbeat for the finisher, and you'll be good. It's not a bad idea to prep multiple heartbeats, by the way, just to be safe. It's honestly not that difficult of a low man to clear, and it doesn't rely on anything exclusive to this season, which means this one should be relevant so long as it's in the game. Hopefully this doesn't get vaulted like most of my other guides, or at least this one sticks around for a little bit. Alright, guys, I hope this was helpful, and good luck with your duo Atheon. If you have any questions, then as usual, just drop them down in the comments section below. I read every comment that gets posted, so if it's something I can answer, then you'll see me down below. If you liked the video, then please like it and consider subscribing to the channel. Oh, and thanks to everyone who congratulated me on the world's first. I love hearing from all of you, and I appreciate all the nice messages. Alright everyone, see you next time. Thanks for watching.